Alone against all these droids? They don't stand a chance. Jango Fett on the job.
Hey guys, Jango Fett here, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more. And this is the last title of the Tales of the Jedi series, Redemption. Written by Kevin J. Anderson, with the issues released in 1998 and the paperback published in 2001. An odd time gap. Usually it takes a year, maybe less, to publish a book. This took 1.5 years. Odd. So guys, this is going to be a longer review than my previous reviews I've done in the past, as I have a lot to say about this title. So the structure of this review will consist of story, but will also include the original vision by Tom Veitch, and how Kevin J. Anderson changed it up. I won't be spoiling anything from Redemption, by the way. And then give my opinion, then a rating. And a beautiful monologue at the end. Sorry, that was my new bell here. I'll be using this at random points during my reviews, starting from this one. So I will try to do a beautiful monologue, like I said before. Anyway, let's start with the story. It has been 10 years after the Great Sith War, with characters like Ulic Qel-Dromo, Nomi, and many others you may remember from Dark Lords of the Sith and the Sith War books. The Great Sith War turned Jedi against Jedi and wreaked great destruction on the Republic. Exar Kun, the Dark Lord of the Sith at that time, has been destroyed in his Massassi Temple on Yavin 4. Ulic Qel-Dromo, his chief lieutenant, has been stripped of his powers, blinded to the Force by Nomi Sunrider, his ex-lover, after he killed his own brother Kay Qel-Dromo. Since that time, Ulic has isolated himself, wandering powerless and trying to hide from his past. He is a Jedi, yet no longer a Jedi. Meanwhile, Nomi Sunrider, now a charismatic leader in the Republic and a spokesperson for the Jedi Knights. On a side note, she's still apparently a Jedi Knight and not a Master. I don't get that. Anyway, she is called a Great Convection, just assembly of Jedi. The first in a decade since the events of the Dark Lords of the Sith. She summons all the Jedi to Exis Station, an isolated space city, which is the new home for many of the artifacts rescued from the Battle of Ossus. But galactic politics have no further meaning to Ulic, and he has kept himself distant from the Jedi. Ulic has hired Hogan, a spacer, to take him to a quiet place where he can live out the rest of his days. Hogan doesn't know who Ulic really is. Ulic wishes only to hide from the Republic and become a hermit, and hope history will forget what he has done. Characters. Most of the characters are completely different in not only their image, but a complete shell of their former selves. The Sith War has changed them into depressed and distraught individuals who are trying to adjust to this new peaceful age. These characters are all the main and instrumental characters from the Sith War chapter. Silvar, a Cathar Jedi Knight who fought in the Sith War, was an arch-rival to Exar Kun, and her master was also Vodo Siosk Boss. And she is filled with anger and blames Ulic solely for all the damage of the Sith War, including getting her mate Crado killed. That's not really what happened, but since Exar Kun is gone, she has to blame someone, right? Ulic had no part in that, really. He caused a lot of damage, but he had nothing to do with Crado, and he didn't really have anything to do with Silvar in the first place. But she has anger issues and is trying to resolve them to the best of her ability, trying to remove this heavy anger from her heart. Then we have a character who was not elaborated on since Knights of the Republic, Taut Donata. This guy was shown multiple times in Dark Lords of the Sith and the Sith War, but was never the main character and just another side character that didn't have much meaning. Which is a shame because he was quite interesting in Coder and talked to Warbeast and Ondron. So seeing him get a spotlight again was a nice addition by Anderson. Taut is just trying to resolve the main problems in Ryloth, his homeworld. Now Nomi Sunrider, now a leader of the Jedi, is charismatic but holds back and always reminisces in the dark past. Hell, most of these characters do. And now, not only being Jedi, she is also a mother of her 14-year-old daughter, Vima, who wants to become a Jedi and learn the ways of the Force. Her mother is really trying, but she is so preoccupied with the conversions that she ends up just taking matters in her own hands and tries to find a master to teach her. The master who will end up teaching her is, predictably, Ulic Qel-Dromo. This man is utterly broken and wants nothing more to find peace within himself. He wants to be away from everyone and left alone and have everyone forget him. But fate says otherwise, and at first he's hesitant to teach Vima, but feels encouraged, and it gives him hope to live to teach young Vima. Now, artwork, I could not believe this when I read this book a third time, and always thought it was done by a completely new artist to the Tales of the Jedi series. But no, it's done by a very familiar artist to the series. You guys will know very well, Chris Cassot. Guys, I had to rub my eyes several times, and I could not believe for the life of me that the same artist who did Dark Lords of the Sith and did a completely different style altogether and did Redemption. I did not recognize it, guys. Cassot deserves a fucking award. Guys, I am not kidding. Most artists can't do this shit. When I first looked at this artwork, I thought nothing of it. Whatever, it looks kind of lame, whatever. And I didn't really appreciate it at the time, but I do now. And as you get older, guys, you get wiser and you learn to appreciate stuff like this. Works of art like this, I appreciate. Yeah, I said it. It's a work of art. You know why I'm saying it? Because of the fact that you have this artist who changes this art style and make it feel like it's a new era. Not the Coder era, but something past it. Something different from the previous Tales of the Jedi series. Something different from the Chaotic War, and had this dreary, character-driven art style. And it feels like the events after Dark Lords of the Sith and the Sith War are ages past. That's why it stands out to me. It seems so different. It's a freaking crime that Cassot got nothing, be it awards or acclaim, to this magnificent work of art. This guy's a fucking genius. Either that or Anderson told him, you know, change your art style. Either way, I'm cool with whatever happened. If you really think about it, Cassot is the true engineer of the Old Republic era. He's the first one to start it, and has had a heavy influence upon the prequel films. That's how prolific he was. Now, the original vision of Tom Veitch. Now, first off, Veitch wasn't kicked off the series for Anderson. Veitch left on his own accord. Reasons are unknown at the time, and are still unknown. He enjoyed his time with Tales of the Jedi, and Anderson took over completely. Veitch is quoted as saying, "As Star Wars once again became a cultural phenomenon, I felt my freedom slip away, and so it was time to do other things." He had to get his life straightened out, and he wanted to leave, so I don't blame him. I really don't. Now, Tom Veitch's original vision for Uli Keldromo was that after killing his brother Kay, he would stay on the dark side and continue to wreak havoc, then eventually die off. And he did want to elaborate on side characters like Nomi, Kay, and Tot, and many others, because he felt like they weren't really elaborated at all. Now, in my opinion, I'm glad that his original vision didn't come to fruition, and we got this amazing storyline instead. But I did like the point he brought up at the end about the other characters and how they're not being involved or elaborated. I completely agree on that point. And I won't even bother with the Sunrider name controversy, which happened with the Knights of the Old Republic video game and Tom Veitch. If you guys are interested, I can do a video later on in the future addressing this and talking about it more. So, my opinion is going to be really long. That was not a dick joke, by the way. It took me 3 times to really get it and appreciate this comic. But guys, Redemption is the best Tales of the Jedi book in the series. The book is so great that the title Redemption is not solely meant for Ulic. Now, the original title was supposed to be Redemption of Uli Keldromo, and it's not only meant for Ulic's redemption, but almost everyone else in the book. The fact that this title changed from Redemption of Uli Keldromo to Redemption signifies other characters receiving their own redemptions says everything right there. This isn't just about redemption of one character, but everyone else too, and letting go of that dark past for a bright, bright future. And my god, guys, Chris Cassot wasn't kidding when he said that he wanted the story as, quote, visually character-driven as possible, quote. And my god, the characters all stand out in this book like no other in the series. Even a character like Silvar, who is portrayed as the villain, is not really that villain. She has a really dark side to her, and she just can't let go of the ghosts of her past. The characters in this particular title stand out more here than any of the Tales of the Jedi books because it was solely character driven. And Gasot is completely 200%, 100% right on that. And I won't spoil the ending. The ending is just extremely tragic, but in a way that it's absolutely perfect. A perfect way to end the series. Couldn't ask for a better ending, be it sad. Gasot even remarked in an interview that he was in tears during the writing and creation of the last few pages of the final issue. Hell, I admitted to being so distraught that I wanted to cry so badly. You know, that's the negative thing about being a man. You know, sometimes you can't express yourself, and you gotta hold that shit in. It sucks, man. I really want to cry, but I just can't do it, man. And I honestly could not find a single negative about this title. The artwork may seem bad, but give it some time to grow on you and appreciate it for what it is. An artwork for the next age, the next era. So guys, I am giving the final volume of the Tales of the Jedi series, Tales of the Jedi Redemption, a It has been an honor and a pleasure to review such an esteemed and epic series. If you are a Star Wars fan or want to get into Star Wars, then read this series. I cannot emphasize enough on how epic this series is. An incredible story filled with relatable yet out-of-world characters, and an incredible plot that is absolutely emotional and riveting from beginning to end. So guys, I want to implore you, get this series by any means, be it by Amazon or eBay, and get the paperbacks, and if you can't get that, get it digitally, and if you can't find it digitally, then I'll put a link in the description for the whole Tales of the Jedi series you can download through torrent. As bad as torrent may sound, you're still reading the series. You need to engage in the series. This download includes every single Dark Horse comic. Every single Dark Horse Star Wars comic ever. This is one of the best downloads ever, so I cannot recommend it enough. You guys download it and read some of these stories for yourself. Guys, it was a blast to review the series. I don't know what my next Star Wars comic reviews will be, but it should be next year. Who knows what it will be and what the future will bring. It's not going to be any of the Marvel stuff, it's going to be Dark Horse, because I'm an avid fan of the Dark Horse. I can't ask for anything more than these awesome Dark Horse works. And there's a lot I haven't even reviewed yet. I would like to end this video by saying thank you for all the support and giving likes and comments in every videos and just giving me tons of support to continue with this series and finish it to the end. I really do appreciate it from all of you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to please like and comment down below your thoughts of Redemption and the series as a whole. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below, and subscribe to my channel, Django Fett. And lastly, enjoy the comic book cover slideshow. See you guys.